Welcome to Talking Heads. It's good to have your company. Back in the 60s, when the Rolling Stones and the Beatles were dividing households, the Seekers were bringing them together. Judith Durham's incredible voice propelled them to the top of the international charts. The Seekers were the first Australians to sell more than 1 million copies of a single. But stardom didn't sit easily with Judith Durham, feeling unglamorous in her homemade clothes. A solo career and the love of her life awaited, and some welcome relief from living in fame's shadow. Judith, it's great to have you on Talking Heads.
I'm thrilled to be here, Peter. Thank you.
It took you a long time to figure out the impact, the great impact that the Seekers were having on the people that loved you.
I'll say it did. I don't think the penny... I still don't think the penny's quite dropped, to be honest. I get emails to my website now that are totally stunning, and they're from all over the world and all generations still. So it's starting to make me think, you know, about... I should really relive those years just to really take it in.
Beat music was all the rage. It was the Stones, it was the Beatles. They were dominating the charts, yet you knocked them off.
Yes, what a surprise. When we first got to London, the Animals' House of the Rising Sun was #1. We dislodged the Beatles and the Stones and the Who, all of them.
One of the most famous songs is, of course, Georgie Girl.
Yes.
This was written for a movie, and in the film, the main part was played by Lynn Redgrave.
Yes.
Now, what's interesting about this song is that its words said a lot about you and how you felt at the time.
Oh, that's so true.
Why do all the boys just pass you by?
Because she played the part of a dumpy girl and who didn't really think she was going to, you know, marry somebody fabulous or anything like that. And, it was brilliant. It's a miracle of a song. It's a standard in the States. Yeah, I think it's more famous than the Seekers in the States.
Well, the words also talk about a loneliness deep inside. Did you feel that?
I certainly wished I could meet Mr. Right, and somehow I didn't see how I was going to. But I had to work hard in the Seekers. You know, I had my job to do, and I suppose my little motto all through my life has been everything comes to hear you wait, so I often reminded myself of that.
As we're about to see from the clips of the Seekers days and other things, you look $1 million when you're performing on stage. How do you feel as a performer? What does it do for you?
Leading up to a performance, I never feel like I'm capable of a performance. And I've now had so much experience of things working out anyway that I realise somebody else is really doing it. I have to turn up and I have to assume I've got to open my mouth and breathe and sing. So there's always a sense of wonderment to me about going through the process once I'm on stage. And I look back and I think, well, it was never in my hands at all anyway. It's all a gift. I'm told constantly that I'm an icon and a legend and everything, and I'm starting to think, wow, well, is this what it feels like to be that person?
Love, this is my song.
My whole life I've identified with music as very much part of me. I was born in Melbourne, in Essendon, one of the suburbs. Dad really, I feel, would have made a wonderful entertainer. He was quite a role model for me in many ways. Mum was very musical, actually, too. I used to play the piano, which was literally for hours on end. She would call out to me at the piano and say, "Play, kitten, on the keys." She just loved to hear me play and sing. I think I must have been about 4 or 5. And back then, I heard his song on the radio, and it's always stayed with me, so romantic. Forever and ever, my heart will be true. Sweetheart, forever, I'll wait for you. And I just used to feel it with all my heart, even at that age. Amazing. Very special song to me. When I was a child, I just thought I was going to be famous. But the idea of being a popular singer never sort of crossed my mind. I always thought you had to be really glamorous and slim to be a star. It never occurred to me that that could be me.
Want me a coffee?
Playing Bessie Smith's albums, I felt I could relate to her voice. She was so gutsy and full of feeling, and I really wanted to emulate that. I learned a couple of blues and I plucked up the courage to ask the band if I could sing with the band. So I felt I'd made it. That was the top of the showbiz jazz world for me.